storm clouds may rock this ship of mine, the light of my Savior will lead me safely through the night. Though my ship may be rocky and my sails may be torn, I shall rest in the eye of the storm. Yes, the storm. When the wind and water rages and the billows begin to roll, the blessed Rock of Ages sings peace to my soul. I set out in search of a reason to go on, and there I found it in the eye of the storm. Yes, the storm. No matter what storm clouds may rock this ship of mine, the light of my Savior will lead me safely through the night. Though my ship may be rocky and my sails may be torn, I shall rest, you shall rest, we shall rest in the eye of the storm. Yes, the storm. Yes, welcome to Spring into Courage Conference. It's a 3-day virtual live event where we will cover the topics on health, on wealth, on happiness. These 3 themes will encapsulate our time here at the 3-day virtual live event. Spring into Courage. We are in the season of spring, and it is fitting that we should kick this season off, a time of change, a time of renewal with this conference. So I'm happy that you are here. I'm your host, Michael, and I'll be taking you through each day for the next 3 days on Spring into Courage. So, on day 1, we are focusing on health. You'll hear some bit about my experience as to how I keep myself healthy so that I can operate at the optimal optimal performance. That's the word. I can act and perform to the utmost, to the optimal part of my being. Day 2, I'll be speaking on wealth, and we'll get some ideas as to how you can maximize your wealth. There's an idea that if you spend $1, you can get $4 back. So that's a very interesting idea, and we want to explore that on day 2. Also, we want to explore the idea of reducing or helping to reducing the national debt of your country. In particularly, if you are in the United States, there is a procedure or an idea that we want to explore with you on day 2 when we speak more about wealth generation. And that is what you and I want in this life, right? That is why you go to work. That is why you have a business. That is why you engage in certain activities that will produce the desired result that you want. That is why you participate in activities that bring about the wealth that you are desiring. So we'll cover that on day 2. On day 3, we'll focus on happiness. We'll focus on happiness. What does it take to be happy? Does it take a lot of money to be happy? Does it take health? You're in good health to be happy? What does it take for you? So we'll explore that on day 3. And I must tell you that during the course of this 3-day virtual live event, I promise that I will share with you an opportunity that you will love. It will not cost you out of pocket $10,000, but $100,000. It will not cost you $100,000, but I'll promise to tell you more about that opportunity later on. But why did I start off by singing that song? No matter what storm clouds may rock this ship of mine, or this ship of yours. Now, you may be saying that you're not in a ship, right? You have not been on a ship. How many of you have been on a ship? You can put it in the chat. How many of you have been on a ship, right? So what you may not know is that you actually have a vessel, a ship, something that you traverse the world in, right? And that is called your vessel. You may not know this, but the governments of this world know this, and they have constructed different institutions or different entities to take advantage of that vessel that you are in this world, right? So, knowing that fact, you can look at things differently. So back to what I was saying. So one day, let me tell you a story. So one day, or while I was the youth president of my local church, there was this one day when it was Youth Sunday, and as customary, the youth president would share some words of encouragement for the youths, and my duty was to share with the entire congregation in the night service. So it came to the point where it was time to bring the word, and there was some misunderstanding, and I was of the impression that there will be someone to bring the word, and not necessarily I. But I remembered the song "Like a Ship Sailing Out," and that song meant so much to me that I sang it, and the people were blessed for listening. They were blessed because I brought that song in their consciousness, into their consciousness, and they were blessed. It took courage to do all of that. It took courage to stand in front of a crowd of people and to express what you want to express. It takes courage. And it takes courage for you to be here today. You could have been elsewhere, but you chose to be here, present with me to share your time, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the time you have spent here. I'm grateful for the time that you have allocated for this event, and I really appreciate your time. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what will take place throughout our time here. So as I said before, I want to welcome you to this event. It's really a pleasure and a privilege to bring this to you, to share a bit of my knowledge on the topics of health, wealth, and happiness. And I trust that you will learn a thing or two from our time here. Now, the goal I have for this event when you leave here is that you will use the AIM framework, AIM, and I have it here, the AIM framework, AIM, and what's that stands for? You will become aware, you will get the information, you'll be informed, and then you will move into action, right? You engage, move into action on the information that you have gotten and the awareness that you now have, so that you can achieve the dream that you want to achieve. So you'll get that framework to work with, and during the course of this conference, we will make that very clear. Now, today we'll have 3 sessions that we will do today, and then during the different sessions throughout today, you'll get the opportunity to network with like-minded people, and you can broaden your network, your reach, so that you can actually help each other. And that's what we're here for, to help each other. You may have a skill that I do not have or may not be good at. I may have a skill that I may be good at and that you could utilize. So in that way, all of us in this community will benefit. So we'll be having breaks, different breaks at different times, and we'll have lunch. So you don't have to worry about being here for the entire day. I'm mindful that we are busy people, so I want to use the most efficient amount of time to bring my message out to you, and you can get back to what you were doing after hearing this message. Time, as we know it, is short. I would rather say life is short. So we have a time frame in which to do what we have to do. So I'm going to deliver what I need to deliver to you, and you can take it and do with it as you will. My trust is that you will use it to the betterment of your life. So we'll do all of that. And what else am I missing? All right. So at the end of today, we'll have a recap of what we did in day 1. And after we do the recap, we will get back for day 2, where we will be speaking about wealth. So I didn't get to ask you this question. Where are you tuning in from? I'm looking at my screen here to see where you are tuning in from in the chat. So in the chat, you can put in there, where are you tuning in from? It would be wonderful to know where you are tuning in from, so that we can get an idea as to the reach of our broadcast and for who else needs to hear this message of health, wealth, and happiness. All of us need it in this time. So it's important that we share this to as many people as possible. I should tell you though that during our time here, we'll be doing some different exercises and doing some hands-on activities as well, so that you can feel that your time here was well spent. So once again, I thank you for being here. And it's such a wonderful day outside. You can, despite the snow, I'm here in Canada, where there is snow on the fields, and the good thing is that the sun is out, and even though the sun is out, sometimes it may still feel a bit cold. But the good thing is the sun is out, and when you see the sun, you can smile. When you see the sun, you can smile, right? And this is important. It costs you nothing to smile. It can brighten somebody's day. So the chance, when you get the chance to do so and you're around people, just smile and brighten up their day. So there are a lot of things I could be speaking to you on. I could be speaking to you on cybersecurity. I could be speaking to you on information technology auditing and so forth. But this topic that I'm speaking to you on is of vital importance, and it has to do with you. If you are in the right frame of mind, then you can do great things, right? You can take care of all the issues in your auditing experience. You can take care of all the issues in the cybersecurity area, right? So you have to be settled in your own being, in your own self, right? For you to get the ideas that you need to solve those problems. So that is what I'm here to do today, so that you can leave here these 3 days feeling refreshed, feeling empowered to rise to a higher level that is required in order to move the world along. So we are going to take a short break. It will be a 15-minute break. And after our 15-minute break, we will move into our first session of the day. And there are some things that I want to share with you. So when you go on a break, you will see a screen like this. Right? So that is the screen that you will see when we go on the break. When we come back from the break, you will hear this song, and you will see this image. Look at it. So that is about 2 minutes long. And when you hear that sound, it's time to get back to the conference, and we will begin the next section of our conference. So I want this today to be a very special day for you. I want that the experience you experience here will be a magnificent one. It will be a wonderful one. So I want you to give your best, give your undivided attention to what we are doing here. Now, if you have to go to the restroom, simply turn off your camera and your microphone. You go to the bathroom. If you have to attend to your children or to an important situation, go ahead and do that, and then you get right back to having a good time with like-minded people who want to achieve their best, who want to up-level themselves in this time that seems to be so chaotic. So let's take a 15-minute break, and then we'll get back and move into our next session. So let's take a break. Welcome back to Spring into Courage Conference. You're here at day 1 of the conference. And just in case you just arrived, you have not missed a lot. And we have basically given an outline of what these 3 days will be like, and in particular what this day today will be like. We'll be using the AIM framework, the AIM framework, to go through the rest of this conference. Now, on my little whiteboard here, I have written Spring into Courage Conference. That's the theme that we're going into with this conference. And we say day 1, we're going to be covering some ideas on health, some ideas on wealth on day 2, and we'll close off day 3 with some ideas on happiness. So your happiness is important to your being in your optimal state. So we're going to cover some ideas there. And in implementing these ideas, I can guarantee that your life will be different. Your life will change because you took action on those ideas. Now, in this session, where we'll be talking about health for today, we want to talk about vision, your vision and your big why. Your vision and your big why. Now let me tell you a story. So before emigrating to Canada, I'm from the islands, and there were some opportunities that I wanted, my family and I wanted. And we found that in order to achieve those goals, then we would need to go to the place where we can access or gain the capabilities to achieve those goals. Now, the idea of emigrating to Canada was an idea that we found useful. Now, back in those days, I don't know if you remember, you had to look at how many points you can accumulate. And it's much like today, but it's a bit different. So back then, you had to have a lot of money for one, a level of education, whether you have a university degree or a master's degree, and so forth. These were points that, when accumulated, could get you into the point where you can apply. And then after you apply, you would be able to go through the different procedures in order to get an interview, and afterwards you are able to emigrate to Canada. Now it's a bit different here right now, but it's still the point system, but they try to make it a bit easier for persons who want to emigrate to a country like Canada to do so. So that was my vision then, to get to a place of better opportunities. So there was an opportunity cost for going after those goals. And so far, it has paid off for me. Those goals have been achieved, and now I am embarking on another goal, which is to start and operate a successful executive business, right? And my big why for doing so was to leave a legacy for my family and for our offspring and for their offspring as well. So that's the idea, that's the big why I wanted to come here. Now for this event, there's a big why I have here, and there's a big vision that I have. Now I've learned a lot over these years that I've been in Canada and these years that I've been on this earth. Now, what some people may call your purpose, my vision is to empower, inspire, and uplift human beings, especially you, to transform your life into one of harmony, peace of mind, and living an exceptional life. I want to reach 1 billion families, 1 billion families, 1 billion families to have that experience. And that's my vision, that's my big why. Why do I want this? Because I want them to experience peace of mind. I want them to experience an exceptional life. And there are so many benefits to having all of this. And if you can learn from my experience on how you can achieve this, it would be a win. So I want to impact 1 billion families in this vision, in this mission. So, are you going to help? Let me hear what your vision is and your big why for being here. So, we're going to have a breakout. We're going to go into some breakout rooms, and then you will let me know after we go in the breakout rooms. I'm just looking at my thing here. So we'll be going to the breakout rooms, and how we'll do this, each of us will share in our rooms, and you'll be put into some rooms, groups of 4 or 5, and we'll just share for about 10 minutes, and each person will have 2 minutes to share about their vision and their big why. It could be why you are here at this conference, why you are at Spring into Courage conference. And let's go around the room, 2 persons, 2 minutes per person. Then we'll have one person being the timekeeper. Person with the shortest hair will be the timekeeper, and the person with the longest hair goes first. And then we go around the room and everybody shares their vision and their why. Now, at the end of those 10 minutes or so, we'll bring you back into the main room to continue our conference. So, is that clear for everyone? You can let me know in the chat. Is that clear for everyone? Put that in the chat and let me know, let the team know. So, we're going to go to the break right now for about 10 minutes, where we can share, where we can have the connection with each other, and to meet someone new and to expand your network. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, we're back. How was that? How was that experience? Sharing your vision and your big why. If you could, in the chat, share with us a few of your takeaways that you had during this session. A few takeaways, a few ahas that you had during your time discussing or sharing your vision and your why with the group. Go ahead and share that in the chat. Yes. And you can let me know, okay, what change do you want to see in this world? What change do you want to see in the world? What change do you want to see in the world? Yes. Good, good, good. Right. So, it's all good. It's good to be sharing our vision and our why, our big why, because it is when we share those visions and our big why that others can come on board and say, you know, this seems like something that is in line with my values, something that I can get behind and offer my support. So this is the environment that we are creating here as like-minded individuals who want the best for our families, who want to leave a legacy for our offspring, who want to travel whenever and wherever they want to do without restriction on money or health or happiness. So we want to optimize our life. Yes, we want to optimize our life, and that's what we want to do. So before we wrap up this session and break for lunch, there is something that I want to bring to your awareness, and it is this word, FedEx. How many of you know FedEx or know of FedEx, right? And if you know this already, well, good. So I'm engaging your awareness as to what's going on around you. Now, in this FedEx logo, there are three things that I want to identify or make you aware of, right? There is an arrow in the FedEx logo. If you could put it in the chat where the arrow is located, you can let me know. And the first person that does so, we have a prize. Where's the arrow located? Okay. Okay, let's give it a few moments for it to come up in the chat. So this is engaging your awareness. And without awareness, you will continue to do the things that you normally do and not getting the result that you actually want, right? So yes, the arrow is right here. You can see the arrow right here between the E and the X. That's the arrow. Now there is a measuring spoon. There's a measuring spoon. If you could let me show me the measuring spoon. put it in the chat, the measuring spoon. Yes, so the measuring spoon is right here. This is the measuring spoon. That's the measuring spoon right here. Okay. Right. Now, let's look at the third one. Let's look at the third one. It's the wheel coming toward you. Interestingly, this one I heard while I was on a training with John Asaraf. Yes, so he was the one that made me aware of this wheel, and the wheel is right here, the D. So this part of the D is actually the wheel, right? The wheel coming out. Now, from this, what I gather and the insight that I get from this is that you can use a teaspoon, you can take small steps in the right direction. You can see the arrow going to the right, the wheel for movement. So you take small steps signifying the spoon, teaspoon, measured steps, moving in the right direction to get what you want. So this is where awareness comes in. Aware of where you are and where you are going. If you are aware of where you are right now, then, and you are aware of where you are going, then you can achieve a whole lot. So if you're here, and you want to get to there, there is a gap. This is the gap. There's a gap between here and there. Now, in order to get there, this is what we want to cover on this conference. We want to close that gap for you so that you can move from where you are in your health to where you want to be as healthy as possible, so that you can acquire the amount of wealth that you can acquire and be as happy as you can be. So awareness is key, and that is the ability to identify where you are now, what you are doing, and where you are going, and to be aware of the steps that you need in order to move from where you are to where you want to be. And that takes awareness. So if you're not aware of these things, then you will be like a gig, just spinning in one spot without going anywhere. So this is what we want for you today, so that you can achieve what you want to achieve in this time in these uncertain times. Now we are going to break for lunch. It will be 30 minutes for lunch, our lunch break, and then after our lunch break we'll resume with our second session, and we'll be going into some health practices, some health ideas that I want to share with you, so that you can leave here healthier than you came. So it is not a recipe or advice or medical advice, but you use your discretion as to the information that I'm bringing to you, the ideas that I'm bringing to you in order to live a healthier life. So by the end of today, you will have some action steps that you can take if you choose to do so to live that healthier life. So we are going to take a 30 minutes break, and remember what we said when we are coming from the break. You will see this, you will hear this song and see this image. Let me play it. So that is what you will hear, and that is what you'll see, and you can make it back to the conference. I don't want you to miss anything that we are sharing here on this conference. So while you are out, you can invite as many of your friends as possible so that we can share this knowledge with as many people as possible. Remember, my goal is to reach 1 billion families so that their lives can be transformed into one of harmony, peace of mind, and living an exceptional life. So we're going to break for lunch, and then we come back and we share in a session on health. See you in a few minutes. welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Spring into Courage Conference. Just had a wonderful break. I hope you had a wonderful lunch and that you have been refreshed to come on to this next session where I will be sharing with you a practical idea that you can take in order to improve the health of your life. So I have on my table my blender. We have a little blender, so I'm going to be demonstrating something that you could use to enhance your life. This is one of my values, to live healthily, to have a healthy lifestyle. That's what I value, a healthy lifestyle. And with a healthy lifestyle, you can achieve anything you want, anything you want, as long as you have the capability and the health to see it through, to sustain it through to completion, right? Healthy mind in a healthy body produces healthy results. So let me know in the chat, what are some of your values? What do you value? Do you value integrity? Do you value trust? Do you value courage? What do you value? You can let me know in the chat. And I'm going to share with you one of the recipes that I have developed. Basically, I get the information from different sources and I take from here, take from there, take from there, and I incorporate it into my own concoction, if you so please. So what I mean by this is I look and I see the different information out there, and I read what the information says about how it interacts with our bodies, and I take that bit of information and I put it together, and this is what we're going to do right now. So let me make sure that we stay on schedule. Okay. All right. So, yes. So, you have heard about kale, right? Kale is a superfood. And what I've done here, I have washed it. I've stripped it off into these small leaves so that we can include it in our blend today. Now you should have a little card that has the recipes on it, and you can follow along, as well as you can watch this video in order to follow along with the steps that we are taking. So one, we have some kale, then we have some cilantro. We have some cilantro, right? And we have one banana to offer the natural sweetener in it, one ripe or semi-ripe banana. And we're going to be adding some spirulina, not promoting any particular brand, but it's the green algae spirulina. We're going to be adding some pumpkin seeds, about 1 tablespoon pumpkin seed, right? And then we are going to be adding some this is pumpkin seed. What I just added before is actually sunflower seed. So these two seeds are very great. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, they are good. And we're going to make sure that we add our greens in there. Green is very good. Green is very good in terms of the food that gets into our bodies. Plants. Remember that plants, they make their energy from the sun, and they're the first source or the primary source of food. And the closer you are to the source, the more benefit you get from what you're eating. And as you are well aware that processed foods are not good for you, right? They wear down your body and the body do not have the necessary tools or resources needed to fight off anything that it may have, any disease or anything. So about a teaspoon of the spirulina, organic spirulina that is, and I have some flaxseed, and this is the raw flaxseed would be very good, but this one I have here is roasted, so raw is very good. So you do 1 or 2 tablespoons of flaxseed, grounded flaxseed, right? So we'll just set that aside. And then for mixture, we're going to add some almond milk. You can make your own almond milk. I'm using this almond milk here, even though there are some ingredients on here that I do not recognize. We're gonna just fill this so that it does not overshoot the max thing. So we're gonna do that. This looks good enough, right? So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put this aside, and then we're gonna cover tight. Then we're gonna fit it onto our blender. We're gonna power on, and we're going to blend. So in order not to have this come out in our sound, because it will be very loud, what I'm going to do, I am going to turn off the volume for a little bit, my mic that is, and then we are going to blend. You'll see it blending on the screen, and then when it's done, we will bring back the audio. So here goes. I'm going to do this right now. Now that's it. We're done with our blend, and we just clean up this area a bit. So there you have it. You at home can engage or do this recipe, and what you can do is to have this every day in your diet. You don't have to change anything. Your body will tell you what needs to change, whether you need to stop doing certain things and increase certain activities that will benefit you. So now I have made you aware that it's possible to live a healthier life by adding something green into your daily diet. It could be, there you go, one green smoothie. You can put this in the fridge, in the refrigerator, to get it thicker, and should be very good. The seeds give its nutty flavor, and you can have that in your diet. So how was that? How did you like that how did you like that recipe? Is it something that you can add to your diet? Let me know in the chat. So this is what we're focusing on throughout the conference: the courage to take control of your health, right? Don't rely on, you do not have to rely on other persons to tell you what is good for your body. You are in control of your own body to get information that can help your body, and then you take action on those information. So right there you see we're using the AIM framework right away. So you're becoming aware that there are alternatives to what the mainstream may be saying. There are alternatives, and if you are aware that they are alternatives, you can go and get the information that is needed in order for you to move into action and execute on those information that you have got. So now that I have given you that information, you have become more informed. Now it's your turn to move into action so that you can see a change. Now it takes courage to do a particular thing that you have not been doing before, and this is why this conference exists, to encourage you that you have the courage you need in order to change the situation that you're in. It depends on you, right? So we are still in this session, so I want to make you aware of a book that I have been reading. So there's this book. It's called How to Get Well. How to Get Well by Pavo Areola. How to Get Well. That's the book. And this book gives you some information that can help you in terms of your body. It was, I see here, the first printing was in January 1974. So it has been around for a long time. And what I've realized, so this person is actually a doctor, and this is natural healing, how to get well. So it has information that these people from long time ago, they weren't getting sick. They lived a very long time, and they must have known something that we today may not be aware of, that caused them to live for so long. And this book is one of the books that gives you the idea of how you can take care of your own body in a way that you can achieve what you want to achieve, right? So you can achieve what you want to achieve. So it also has something about that was very fascinating to me about milk, right? Should you be drinking milk? And sometimes you hear a diagnosis from the doctor, and the doctor may say, in order to resolve the issue that you're currently experiencing, you should stop eating dairy products or taking dairy products, milk and cheese and eggs and all of those stuff, right? They had a reason why they told you to do that. So before you get to that stage, you may want to consider that idea that milk may be for certain type of people with some, basically their genetic makeup. Milk will help them because of their genetic makeup. And so for other people, because of their genetic makeup, milk will not do do much for them, right? And in this book, it tells you, give you some information on that, because they have been doing research from a long time as to what what um what is going on. So what I am seeing here, so on page 190, it says, if your ancestors come from Europe or the Middle East, your body is genetically programmed to use milk and digest it effectively. And it says, if your ancestors are from Africa, except the East African Nilotic Negroes, China, the Philippines, or New Guinea, or if your heritage is of American Indians, Australian Aborigines, or Eskimos, your body is not programmed to digest milk properly. So, with this bit of information, there there's so much you can get from this, um, why things are happening in your body in terms of your health and impacting your health. So getting the information is one thing, acting upon it is another thing. So in this conference, as we use the AIM framework to enhance your health, as today is focused on health, you have become aware that this information exists. You're getting the information, and you can follow up and get your own information. You can do your own research. And that is the good thing about life, right? You hear me say something, and it's not for you to take it right away and just go execute on it. Do your due diligence as to what I'm saying is true, right? Go do your own research. What I'm giving you is an area where to look so that you can gather the information, and then it will be a starting point for you to expand and get your information so that you can live a healthier life. Now, there's one other resource. There's this other resource that I am familiar with. It's called the 1 minute cure. The 1 minute cure. And it's a book on, if you go on Amazon, you may see it for a high price. Usually books are like $24.95, but it's more than that. And you may not want to purchase a book like that because you say, oh, this is not valuable. But the 1 minute cure explores the idea that if our cells have enough oxygen, then it can secure itself against dis-ease in the body, right? So if you can get as much oxygen into your cells, right, then it is likely that you will be very resistant to attracting disease in your body. So that's one resource you can look at. It's the 1 minute cure. It has a little timepiece on it, and you can know that that's the right book. It's the 1 minute cure. It was published long time ago. So as I was saying, these people back then had the resources, they had the knowledge that they experienced in order to stay healthy. And that information somehow got overshadowed by current events that seem to take up your attention. So I'm bringing that back to your attention so that you are aware that it exists, the information exists, and you can sort that out. There is another resource, not publishing, not promoting anybody. So this resource is called the Forager's Guide to Wild Foods, the North American edition. So with this book, it talks about the different plants and what they are good for. It also speaks to where in North America the plants grow. It has pictures in there that you can use to identify these plants, and it tells you the benefits, the edible parts of the plant. It tells you how to harvest it, how to eat it. It gives you warnings as well so that you know exactly what you are doing. It also tells you about the medicinal uses of this plant. Now, here's the book. You can take a look at it, and there are many others that you can take a look at and to enhance your health. There are many things you can do to take and enhance your health. Now, we are going to go into another breakout, and we're going to be doing another 10 minutes in our breakout rooms, 2 minutes per person. The person with the longest hair will go first. The person with the shortest hair will be the timekeeper. And what you will do in this breakout session is to share with each other what remedy that you have taken that has helped you, and it can help somebody else. So just share with each other. It's not meant for medical advice, but it's sharing with each other, and then you can do your own due diligence in order to see how that works for you. So we're going to put 10 minutes on the clock, and we see you back in a few minutes. Welcome back. How is it going? Did you need more time? Did you need more time to do that? Well, yes, it's good when we're having fun, when we are interacting with each other. It's really good. So let's have some shares, some ahas in the chat, and you can put the information there in the chat. What did you discover while communicating among your those in the room with you? What were some of the takeaways that you have? Let's see it in the chat. Yes. And it's very good when we can share with each other, share with different experiences, and your experience can be something that I am looking for to solve the problem that I'm going through right now. So that's the importance of sharing, of coming together as a community and a like-minded community, and to share openly without judgment the solutions that we have applied to our lives in order to come up with a result, right? It's not about right or wrong. It's about the truth, right? The truth of the solution, the truth of what's really going on. Yes. So one piece of recipe that I got, and it's basically another health recipe. I'll just give you a screenshot of it right there. Right? You can take a screenshot of that. So that's a health recipe that I got some time ago, and it's good, and it's something that I wanted to share with you today. Today being our focus on health. So one thing you should realize is that there are people all around us, all around you, who are doing things differently and are experiencing phenomenal results. And it is my duty to bring that information to you, bring your awareness to these alternatives so that you can go and explore these ideas for yourself and to see how they apply to you and your family. Now, we have one more session to go for the rest of the day. So we are going to go to a short 15-minute break, and then we'll come back. We'll have our final session, and it's gonna be an exciting final session. So you do want to stay and stick around, and I'm sure you will enjoy and you will learn something from this session that we will close the day off with. I hope you are enjoying the session so far. I hope you have been learning and discovering new information that you can take away and apply immediately to your life so that you can live a happier life. So we're going to take a short break, and remember, when you hear that special sound and you see those lions sitting relaxing, you know it's time to get back to this session, or to get back to this conference. It's not over yet, and I want you to enjoy. So let's take a break, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Welcome back to Spring into Courage Conference. We are in the final session of today. And how has it been for you so far? How has it been for you so far? Put it in the chat. I can see your comments in the chat. So tell me, how has it been for you so far? So in this final session of the day, we are letting you know that it is possible for you to live a healthier life. It is possible for you to live a healthier life. You first have to believe that it is possible for you in order for this to happen. It cannot happen any other way. You have to believe that this is the case. Now, as we move into this session, we're going to focus in on some things that you can do right now, even after leaving this conference today, that you can implement in your life. You may say you don't have any time, but I'm going to show you that time is just a number, right? And you do not have to let today or a day become a decade, right? You have the time right now, and I'm going to show you how you can do so. Now, one thing in order to have a more healthier life is by incorporating stretches into your day, into your morning routine. Incorporate movement, incorporate exercise. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot. You can start off small. Start off small with your exercise regime. So let me make sure we are on track. Yes. So we can start off with our exercise regime. So there are some stretches that you can do, right? And these stretches, let me just, yeah. So these stretches, so before I get into that, let me tell you a story. So long time ago, I was an athlete, still am, but not actively doing the activities that athletes do. So I was trying out to be on the track team, and I wasn't that fast to be on the say the relay team. So I wasn't fast enough to displace those who were on the 100-meter team or those who were on the 200-meter teams, because those races are very fast. They are like the sprints. They are the sprints. So you have to be very quick. And this is the first time that I was getting into this field. So what they got me to do, or what the coach got me to do, was to do some put me in the longer races, so like the 5,000 meters, the 1,500 meters, and so forth. So those were really long races, and the level of training that I got in order to do those races enabled me to be on the relay team, the 4x4 relay team, and that is a very fast race, one time around the track with a baton to hand to your teammate, and you have to be doing under 1 minute to be fast. Now, my best time was 53 seconds around the 400 meter track. Now, that was very fast and it requires a long endurance. Now, the training that I got helped me to have that endurance, and then added the sprint training to that, and that got me landing on the team every time to represent my school at the Penn Relays in the United States of America. So, what does that mean for you? That means that if you prepare your body in the right way, it will serve you for over a longer period of time. And that is the lesson that I got from those trainings. Of course, I did not want to do a lot of these trainings because to me, it was so hard. And when you talk about exercise, wow, there's a feeling of pain that comes into mind. So too, in your business, you may be going through something in your business that's really painful. You may have to let go a few of your employees, which is unfortunate, and it may be impacting your health. Your stress level may have gone up because these are people who have supported you over the years, and to think about letting them go, knowing that they have their families to take care of, it's really hard. And it is my desire that what we do today will help to let you live live healthier, get your stress level down, and be able to support those people around you. So I'll be showing you some stretches that you can do um, in your own time, and incorporate it in your day. So there's one stretch I learned from a person called Bradley. I think it's Peter Bradley. I don't remember the name, but he talked about the N. It's a particular method. Basically, you have your hand like this, thumbs down, and you bring your elbows together as close as possible. Now this, you will do like 10 of these stretches, right? And what that does, it stretches your shoulder muscles, and it helps to straighten your spine. So you do about 10 of those, and that will help you. Do it daily so that it becomes a habit, and after you do that, you can increase that as you so desire. Another one that I learned during my track training, it's have your hands outstretched, and you're going to, so arms outstretched, and you're going to be twisting over or over, back and forth, back and forth. You're going to be twisting back and forth like so, and you do about 10 of those, right? And you can twist and twist, going forward, right? And you twist and going backward, right? Next, you can do stretches. Have your hand like this, and you stretch up above your head, and you go as far up as possible, and then you stretch down as far as possible, right? Now there is one other activity that you can do if you set your feet in a running position and you have your hands like you're running and you slightly lean forward over your toes and you have the running action and you move it as fast as possible, and what that does, it creates movement in your body. The circulation will continue to improve, and you do that over time, and you will see the difference. You will feel the difference in your life as you continue. So those were some of the activities that I wanted to make you aware of. And one other thing in terms of resistance training, which is actually good, you can get a rubber band. This is something that I use in the morning, right? You can get a rubber band. And how this works, you would hold these two in your hand, of course, and then you would put your feet down here, shoulder width apart, or as much as possible. Put it here, right? And then you will do 2 sets of exercises. You can start with 5. So you would stretch this one this way, going up, up, up. You can start with 5, and then you will bring it forward like so. So what that will do, it will build your biceps, right? And your chest area, and also your shoulder area, and your abdominal muscles, right? So you start with that 5 reps repetition, and you can do about 3 sets of 5, so that will be like what, 15. And you can do this in the morning. It will not take you, it will take you about 15 to 30 minutes to do in the mornings, and you do this on a continuous basis, and you will see the result. You will see the result from doing those activities. So we want to leave that with you, and we are going to be sharing with each other again in another breakout session, where you will share with your room what activities you are doing in terms of your exercise, your health, your movement, and so forth. So it will be 10 minutes, 2 minutes, so 4 to 5 persons in the group as usual, 2 minutes each going around the room, and use your entire 2 minutes, right? Do not give away your 2 minutes and say pass to another person. Use your 2 minutes. This is all about spring into courage. Have the courage to speak and to be uncomfortable in order to grow. As you saw in one of those clips that we have on this conference, the plant emerging from the earth. Without change, there is no growth. So in order to grow, we get a little uncomfortable to grow towards what we want. So we're going to take 10 minutes into our breakout session, and as usual, we'll tell you when we'll get back. So take a 10 minutes break, not a break, in the breakout room, and we'll share with each other the exercises, the movements, and the stretches that we have incorporated in our lives and how it has helped us in doing so. See you soon. So, welcome back from your break, from your breakout room. So, how was that for you? How did you enjoy sharing in your rooms? Let me know in the chat. How was that for you? Let me know in the chat. Was it good to be here? Was it good to be among like-minded people, to share with each other, to have a sense of community? Yes, it definitely is. And as we wind down this today, day one, how is day one? How has it been for you? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how has it been for you? Put it in the chat so that I may see. And if you have rated this day one to be anything less than 9 or 10, then let us know in the chat what could we have done better in order to make this a 10 or 9 or 10 for you. So go ahead and rate this day one in the chat as we prepare to recap what we have done today, day one. It's just day one that we have completed already. And we have day two, where we'll be talking about wealth. And everybody wants to be wealthy, right? To leave a legacy for their family. So, recap. Recap, right? And day one. Recap day one. What did we do, right? So in day one, we did the breakout. We looked at an overview of what each day will bring. We said that day one, we'll be speaking about things pertaining to improving your health so that you will leave here in a healthier way, a healthier mindset to take on the activities. Day two, we highlighted that we'll be talking about wealth. Day three, we talked about ideas regarding happiness. So that's the overall theme. And in doing that, we are using the AIM framework or the AIM method. And what that is, AIM, it's AIM is all about awareness, right? You are aware of uh, the information, aware that there's an alternative way or alternative way of doing something. There's an alternative way of of doing basically what you're currently doing, right? So bring that to your awareness, and when you have an awareness of what is and what can be, then you start to get the information. So you start to inform yourself about what needs to be done, and we share some information regarding health that you can utilize and expand your knowledge on that so that you can live a healthier life. Then the M in the AIM framework is to move into action, right? Move into action. That's the M, or you engage, right? So this is called moving into action based on the information that the awareness that you receive, right? And then the information that you get, and then you move into action. So that's the aim framework that we use today to focus on health, to focus on health for day one, right? And I trust that you have learned something from this day one, where we gave you a recipe that you could use to add something green in your diet, and we did the green smoothie, and I gave the recipe, and we did some stretches, we did some exercise that you could incorporate in your daily routine in order to enhance your health. At the outset, we spoke about your big why, your vision that you have for yourself and for your family. Now, my big vision for this conference is to empower, to inspire, and to uplift 1 billion families to transform their lives into one of harmony, peace of mind, and living an exceptional life. Now, you are here to be a part of that, and it is my belief that the information I share here will help you to be a part of that 1 billion families that will transform their lives into one of harmony, peace of mind, and living an exceptional life. So, how has this been for you? Has it been good? This is time well spent. This is time well spent. And throughout the rest of this week, the rest of this conference rather, you will get the opportunity to learn more about opportunity that we have for you, and it will be a mastermind opportunity where we can go even further as it relates to health, wealth, and happiness. So I'll share more about it later in this conference, and it's a promise that I have for you, and I'm going to keep that promise to you. So I know time is very important to you, and that's why we have designed this conference in such a way that it will not take all of your day to be here, and I could give back a portion of your day back to you so that you can take care of the obligations that you have to take care of, whether it is taking care of your little ones that are around, or you need to get back to your employees to make sure that they know that you are looking out for their best interest, and you are up leveling yourself in order to lead better in your business. So this has been a fantastic day number one, and I want to thank you for being here, for sharing with us, and for helping us to have a great experience. And as I started before, no matter what storm clouds may rock this ship of yours, the light of your Savior will lead you safely through the night. Though your ship may be rocky and and your sails may be torn, you shall rest in the eye of the storm. Yes, the storm. And most of all, as you take those words, remember to smile. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 2 when we'll talk about wealth and the idea that you can generate massive amount of wealth with the idea that I'm going to share with you tomorrow. Somebody has done it before, and I'm bringing that idea to you so that you can implement it in your family, in your life, and live a happier and healthier life. So take care until tomorrow, same time at 10 a.m. We'll see you in the conference for day 2 of the Spring into Courage conference. Take care. Bye.